Hey guys, Lightning here, back with a new League of Legends commentary. I almost said TF2 commentary. It's been a while since we made a League of Legends video, and we're getting right back into the action here by playing Brand in the mid lane. Now, before we get started here, why don't we talk a little bit about what Brand does and why I like him. Brand, let's talk about his passive. It's basically an afterburn that deals magic damage. But this comes into play with all of his other abilities. Let's talk about his Q, Seer. He launches a fireball towards the target. It deals magic damage, but if the target's already affected by Blaze, his passive, the target is stunned for 2 seconds. So by this you can already tell that Brand is pretty much a combo champion. You need to use his abilities together in succession in order to get the best possible outcome. But before I continue on with that, let's talk about his W, Pillar of Flame. It's an AoE fire blast that ignites all the targets in the AoE, and also if they already set ablaze, by the time Pillar of Flame hits, it deals an extra 25% damage. Finally, let's talk about Conflagration. It's a one-target spell, but if the target's already set ablaze, when this ability is used on it, the fire will spread to additional enemies within 300 range. And also his ultimate, Pyroclasm. He unleashes a torrent of fire that will bounce between enemies. Now, if the champions are ablaze, it will prioritize the champions. It will bounce up to 4 times for a total of 5 hits, and it can hit the same champion, or enemy, or whatever. It can hit the same thing up to 3 times. So that's pretty much Brand's skill set in a nutshell. And in this game, I am fighting Lux. Now, Lux, I thought it was going to be a relatively difficult match for me, but in actuality, all I really had to do was just use my Pillar of Flames to farm and to keep her back. What you want to do with Pillar of Flame is you kind of want to predict as to where they're going. See right there. Enter with Pillar of Flame, and whenever they have that orange under their feet, that means they're set ablaze, which means you should be able to use your next skill against them to get the bonus effect. Now here comes Shaco. Shaco is their jungler. I actually did not know he was here. I used Conflagration on her to set her on fire. I used my Seer to stun her, and then I just kill her with the Pillar of Flame for the additional 25% damage since she's already ablaze. Almost did the same thing to Shaco here. And this is exactly what I mean by Brand as a combo champion. He's pretty much my definition of wombo combo. Just because of his passive, and his passive being able to give his abilities an extra little, an extra bonus ability, let's say. So, the big bad thing about Brand, I guess you could say, is he's relatively squishy. He can tear apart like tissue paper if you're not careful, like almost right there. I almost died right then and there. He can be torn apart relatively easily. He is relatively mana hungry, I've noticed. So, just because you need to spam your abilities so often, because of, because you need to pretty much combo your abilities together to get the best effect, you do eat through mana. Like, yeah, you eat through mana fast. So, I get a Haunting, guys. I have my friend TJ, who's playing Shyvana, holding the lane. Actually, didn't even mention that. I'm playing this game with a few friends. And we have a Shaco over there. Yeah, I'm playing this game with a few friends. We've got Anti-Shadow Mario on Ezreal. We have a random on Rengar. And we have my friend Koshi Sushi playing Thresh. So we have Shaco holding Lux's mid lane, trying to prevent me from getting her turret. But that's not going to stop me. I actually do hit Lux with the Seer right there. But unfortunately, I missed the Pillar of Flames. I mispredicted where she was going to go. So unfortunately that kind of sucked, but I did get her that time. So I hit her with the QW combo, and at this point I noticed that there's some trouble going on over here. I was pinged to come down, like, I guess they were thinking about getting Dragon, but that didn't pan out. So what's going to happen now is that my friend TJ is going to give me the blue, and this pretty much means that I don't have to worry about mana anymore for a little while. So this is very, very helpful on Brand, using my Conflagration to get the best out of my farm. Just because they were already lit ablaze, my fire will spread to them, and I can get more farm that way. So Brand's is pretty much using your abilities, like when to use your abilities, when to, you gotta know when to use your abilities. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. What I try to do on champions is that I don't always succeed. You see me a lot of times initiate with Q, and that's not exactly what you want to do. But I try to initiate with conflagration. Then I try to hit them with the Q to stun them, and while they're stunned, I set off a Pillar of Flames to do that extra 25% damage. But it is a lot easier to initiate with Seer, but unfortunately you just don't get that. Whoop! Here comes TJ. But unfortunately I don't think we really get anything out of that, so but yeah, I end up initiating with Seer more times just because it's easier to hit the skill shot than it is to get close to them and use the conflagration, your E. You know, I'm just going to call it your E because I'm getting tired of saying that word. So I'm just going to call things QWE from here on out. So here comes Lux using her... Whoop! I almost died right there. But I was able to pull out a decent combination on her. I was able to hit her with the Seer. I was able to hit her with the combination of Seer, Pillar of Flames, and then my ultimate. And that will take her down. That'll be another kill. I seriously thought that she was going to heal that off because it looked like she popped a potion as she was walking away. But I believe the afterburn was just too much. So, moving on back to lane here, I see Lux gets there before me, which means she's probably going to get a few free farm, which she does. But that's not too big of a deal. I missed the Seer and accidentally hit a minion rather than Lux, but I do hit Conflagration on her for once. Unfortunately, I missed the follow-up Seer, which would have been a free stun on her, but, you know, what you gonna do? So, when you're playing against Lux, it's pretty much just all dodging her skill shots. Right there, I hit her with the I hit her with the full combo. But when you're playing against Lux, it's pretty much dodging all of her shots. You gotta dodge her snare, you gotta dodge her E, which will slow you down and deal damage. You gotta dodge her ultimate. It's just how well can you dodge abilities. And when you're playing Lux, this is pretty much how well can you aim, or how well can you predict where they're going. I have my friend TJ waiting in the... Actually, no, that's not TJ. I have my friend TJ getting the blue buff. I was gonna say he was waiting in the bush there, but that was actually Shaco waiting for me to engage on Lux. So that they could 2v1 me, but that did not happen, and I guess Shaco got tired of waiting. Can't say that I blame him, because I didn't even know he was there. I probably should have been... Actually, no, I did know he was there. I had a ward there. Duh, I was about to say, I'm not even warding that well. But here comes Shaco. I didn't see him that time, because he was invisible. But I get the decent combination out on Lux. Unfortunately, I didn't kill her, and she pops an ultimate trying to kill me. But she gets just close enough where I could use my Pillar of Flames and end her right then and there. Shaco unfortunately gets away. He barely had any health, which is really kind of a shame. I was hoping to get a double kill off of that, but what can you do? So I've backed, and now I'm trying to get my Rylai's Crystal Scepter, so that whenever I use my abilities, I can slow them down. And because Brand is relatively squishy, the extra health that the Giant's Belt will give you whenever you're building the Crystal Scepter, that's really, really helpful on Brand. So, all in all, I find Rylai's Crystal Scepter to be a very, very good item on most mid laners. Not all of them, but most of them. Mostly the squishier ones, but the squishier ones that can benefit from a slow, and Brand definitely fits into that category. So, Brand fits into that category, Elise fits into that category, you know. Only a few champions do. But anyway, we're gonna push out on this mid tower. We're gonna let the minions do that. I'm gonna see if their blue buff's up, but it isn't. And my team's gonna get the dragon, which means more gold for us. Now, Lux is nowhere to be seen since she's up top, and this... I don't think it's a free mid tower for me, because here comes Lux, she's coming back down. I do not actually have vision on her, but I know she's heading towards, heading down the river. I was actually hoping that I could cut her off, and TJ and I could get a free kill on Lux. But she knew that I was coming towards her, and she made a good play, and just backed out the other way. So, that was a good play on her. Now, we have our jungler up top. Both junglers are up top. And I'm trying to figure out if I can make a play, because she's really low. If I can just get my combination off on Lux, she's dead. So I'm trying to hit her with a Pillar of Flame, trying to predict where she's going to move. But it doesn't really work out for me, unfortunately. So she's back under tower here, and I'm just going to try to get as many free tower hits as possible. Unfortunately, I do get caught up in the Lux snare, and I almost get taken down by her ultimate. but I just barely make it out alive, and yeah, Lux is gonna get some free time to push, but I need to back, and I finally have my full Rylai's Crystal Scepter. So now I can start slowing her down. So Lux backs too. I guess she was kind of low, or didn't really feel like pushing out the tower, I don't know. But this is going to give me some free time to farm. I realize that our blue buff's back up, so she's just going to help me get this blue buff, and boom, there we go, got blue buff back. And now it's back to the war of mid laners. Who will get the tower first? Only time will tell. Ow, I just took a shot from her E. So at this point, it's pretty much just who can dodge the skill shots the best. Who can dodge the shots the best. And I do have a kill advantage over her at this point in the game. I am currently, what, 3-0? Yeah, 3-0. Whoa, I forgot this even happened. TJ goes in with the tower dive, and I follow up and get the kill, and we're able to take Lux down, and I get her tower. TJ almost dies to the tower, but he's Shyvana. He's tanky. He's super, super tanky, and he can take enough tower shots that allowed us to get the kill on Lux and take the tower. So, I'm not going to say I've officially won my lane, but I have a pretty good advantage on my lane. So, now that I've taken my tower, I can roam to other lanes, and I can help them out. Really what you should be doing as a mid laner is that you should be roaming anyway, even if you don't have your tower. But I'm not a mid lane main. I used to be, but I was never good at roaming, so as you probably saw in this video. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to just clear out these minions. We saw that Lux and Shaco were in the mid lane. We're going to see if we can do anything interesting here. We have Rengar with us now. And Rengar can pretty much just jump and assassinate them from the shadows, or from the bushes even. But they're relatively pushed up, so I'm just going to try to poke them through this wall. Not going too well. Here comes Taric, here comes Shaco. They're all coming down the mid lane. So I just decided to come over here and help take Dragon, and that's an extra bit of gold for us. Now here, we initiate from the Thresh pool. Actually, Thresh didn't even get them. But Rengar kind of jumped in thinking that we'd get a hook on somebody. But unfortunately, that is not what happened. And I get killed, my entire team gets killed. We get Lux and we get Renekton on the enemy team, but unfortunately, all of us, except for ASM playing Ezreal, goes down. And we have a 2v1 in the mid lane, but hey, ASM comes out on top and gets a double kill. But unfortunately, Shaco comes out of the shadows and just annihilates. So, wasn't the best engage on our part, and that was my first death of the game. But it didn't really hurt us too much. They didn't get anything out of that. They didn't get a tower, they didn't get, they didn't really get any objectives, actually. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take this blue buff. No, I'm not. I forgot about that part. Shyvana's red accidentally took the blue buff. But what we are gonna get is we're gonna get a free kill on Renekton, who was heading down to the blue, probably to check to see if it was up or running from Rengar. One of the two things. I'm not exactly sure what happened up there. But the point is that we got a free kill on Rengar. Or not Rengar, Renekton, excuse me. So here we have another team fight, and I destroy Caitlyn with my ultimate. We get Taric, and we get Lux. And now we're just going to try to melt this tower. So at this point, we're in a very, very good position. We've pretty much won the mid lane. They do not have any of the mid turrets. I actually thought that Ezreal was an enemy, and so I thought that they were... That's why I went, ooh, because I'm like, oh, did they take the blue buff here? But no, they didn't. We take the enemy blue buff, and now it's just a matter of catching them out at this point. I get some free farm over here. Rengar gets caught out by Lux's snare, but nothing really happens. So we're pretty much just waiting for an opportunity to initiate another fight. But I decide to back. I decide it's time to... Oh, no I don't. No, I don't back. I forgot about this part. We actually initiate another team fight. Going in with the Thresh hook. And I use my ultimate to get a kill on Renekton. Or not... Yeah, Renekton. And we get a kill on Lux. And Shyvana gets a kill on Taric. And we're in a very, very good position. We're pretty much... We have the ability to win almost every team fight, which is really good. We take down the mid tower, and do we get the mid inhibitor? I don't remember if we get the mid inhibitor. Yeah, we get the mid inhibitor. because they don't really have anybody to contest us right now. We took down Sheikah, who was doing his best to protect his mid inhibitor, but unfortunately he dies. So, yeah, that happened. So now we're going to move down to bot lane, and we're going to try to get the bot tower. Unfortunately, we didn't get there fast enough, and our friend goes down, trying to take down the bot tower. And we almost go down, actually. But we get out just in time. Now, what we try to do here, and fail, is that we try to take Dragon. What I should have done there is I should have just sent a W over the wall, or a Seer over the wall, to try to steal Dragon. But I didn't, so I don't know what I was thinking there. But we do get a free kill off of Taric, but unfortunately we lost a Dragon. But considering we've gotten all the dragons in the game up to this point, I'm not too worried. Blue buff's up again, so it's time to give me blue buff. And this time I actually do get blue buff. Red buff doesn't take it this time, so. I believe we are thinking about pushing either top or mid at this point. There are 3 top, and we want to initiate on a fight, which is exactly what we do. We take down Caitlyn, thanks to Ezreal's ultimate. We take down Shaco. Here comes Lux with her ultimate, trying to see if she can pick any of us off, but none of us are really low enough for her to snipe us. So, at this point, we've taken down 3 of them. We're all still up except for our ADC. So, it's time to push down on these 2 Nexus towers, excuse me. And we do get one of the Nexus towers, but they all respawn, and unfortunately we gotta back out of here. Lux tries to snipe our friend Shyvana because he was relatively low on health, but she didn't get him. And I take their race, just for some extra gold and some extra health. Now I realized that they were following behind me, so I tried to see if I can catch any of them out, but no, they all walk away. Now at this point, they could have been, yeah, they were going for their red. We knew that they were going for their red. So we catch out Lux, we take the red. We wanted to get Shaco, but actually, no, we don't get Shaco. I don't think we get Shaco. We found his decoy. No, I know what happens right here. Shaco teleports over the wall and walks right into us. So yeah. And that's pretty much going to do it for this game. I believe at this point the enemies just decide to surrender. We found Renekton over here trying to take some minions, and we catch him out easily. And it's this point that the enemy team decides to surrender, and I end the game on a 10-1 streak. So that's going to do it for this game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. That's been Brandon in the mid lane, and I will see you back here for another League of Legends commentary very soon. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.